Welcome. Sanishwara, who is the son of Surya Deva and Chaya Devi, is the sixth planet in our solar system in the name of Saturn. He is revered as the god of karma and gives justice based on it, where he is also the brother of Yamadharma, the god of death. According to the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, he is the incarnation of Lord Krishna, who in turn the manifestation of Lord Vishnu. Birth story of Sanishwara. Suryadeva, the sun god, with his wife Saranya, also called as Sanjana, who is an ardent Shiva devotee, had three children, namely Vaivasvata Manu, Yaman, and Yami. Sanjana, in spite of being the wife of Suryadeva, was having hard time in withstanding the powers of him. Hence, in order to obtain strength to tolerate sun's energy, she had decided to do penance towards Lord Shiva. But in order to do so, she needs to leave her husband Surya Deva and her three children helpless. So Sanjana, with her tapas energy, gave life to her own shadow, which is Chaya, and replaced Chaya Devi in her position without anyone noticing. Where she strictly instructed Chaya Devi as not to get intimate with her husband Surya Deva, but asked to take care of her three children in her absence. Giving these instructions, Sanjana left to her birthplace to perform penance. But her father Tvashta, who is the god of artisan, did not welcome her and asked her to go back to her husband's place. But as Sanjana was very adamant in doing penance, she transformed herself as a mare, which is a female horse, and went into the deep forest and started her penance. As time passed by, Sanjana didn't complete her penance, whereas here Chaya Devi got intimate with Surya Deva and started becoming his real wife, due to which Chaya got pregnant and gave birth to her first son Shani. But when Shani was born, he was very dark colored, unlike Surya Deva. Hence, short Surya Deva doubted his wife Chaya Devi whether this child is born to him or someone else. Upon hearing these immoral words, Chaya Devi broke into tears, and when her tears fell on the infant Shani, whom she was holding, the infant immediately became furious and gave a powerful look towards his father Suryadeva. That very look immediately brought a very bad luck to Suryadeva, where he went into the period of eclipse. So Suryadeva started meditating towards the Supreme Lord Shiva for his misfortune. Please Lord Shiva appeared and explained to Suryadeva about his bad behavior towards his wife Chaya and his son Shani, where Suryadeva doubted Chaya Devi's virtue. But in reality, when Chaya was pregnant with Shani, as a pious and devoted wife, Chaya was continuously serving Suryadeva, due to which his intense heat rays was continuously affecting the unborn baby in her womb, which in turn gave Shani a charcoal black color. After Lord Shiva's explanation, Suryadeva felt very sorry for his misbehavior and accepted Shani as his own son. Later, he and Chaya gave birth to other two children, Manu and Tapati. Finally, one day, Suryadeva found out that Chaya was not his real wife, but a shadow of his wife Sanjana. So he started his journey to find his real wife and bring her back to his abode. At that time, Suryadeva came to know that his wife Sanjana was transformed into a mare and was in deep penance. So Suryadeva also transformed into a stallion, which is a male horse, and approached Sanjana, after which Ashwini Kumaras, who are half human and half horse, were born. When Sanjana came to know about the birth of Shani and other children to Chaya and Suryadeva, she became furious and neglected them. So Shani started doing severe penance towards Lord Shiva in order to understand his role in this universe. Please Lord Shiva bless Shani to become the Lord of justice and karma, and gave the position to reward and punish people based on their actions. He also blessed Shani with the title Ishwar, meaning ruler, as Shani is the ruler of justice. Since then, he is being called as Sanishchara, where Shani is the third deity of being bestowed with the title Ishwar after Lord Shiva and Nandi. Sanishchara is depicted as wearing dark blue or black colored clothes, riding on a black crow, and holding a bow, an arrow, an axe, and a trident. This trident, also called as Trishul, was so powerful that when Tvashta the Vishwakarma forged it, no deity could able to lift it. But the moment Shani was born, this Trishul got activated, where it later became his weapon. Stories about Shani's deformity. Although Sanishwara was bestowed with powers and title, he has one deformed leg, where there are many stories associated about his lameness. According to the first story, when Shani was a little child, his mother Chaya Devi had prepared food to offer Lord Shiva after her prayers. But as a child, Shani got hungry and wants to eat the food immediately. But Chaya Devi was very persistent in offering the food to the Lord first. So the hungry and angry Shani kicked his birth mother Chaya Devi. Due to the sin of kicking his mother during Shiva worship, he became lame and slow. The second story was during the periods of Ramayana in Treta Yuga. Once Ravana, the half-demon king of Lanka, had all 9 planets in the solar system under his control. At that time, his wife Mandodari was pregnant with his first son Meghanada, also called as Indrajit. When the child was about to born, Ravana instructed all 9 planets to stay in the 11th house of constellation, where the 11th house is represented in horoscope, gives all types of blessings and boons, and the person born will be invincible. When all 9 planets are in the 11th house, the moment Ravana's eldest son was about to born, Lord Shani moved his one leg from the 11th house to the 12th house, which is the house of failure and loss. This means that the child will definitely have a downfall in his life. Upon knowing this coward act by Shani, enraged Ravana shattered and broke the leg that Shani placed on the 12th house, where he imprisoned Shani and tortured him for many years. Until one day he was released by Lord Hanuman when he came to Lanka searching Sita Mata. The third story narrates about Lord Yama and Lord Shani, who are brothers. When Suryadeva's real wife Sanjana came to know about her shadow Chaya Devi, got intimate with her husband and had 3 children, in spite of her instruction, she got furious and started attacking Chaya Devi, due to which Shani got angry and tried to attack Sanjana in order to protect his birth mother. When Lord Yamadharma, who is the son of Suryadeva and Sanjana, came to know about this incident, he was enraged and attacked Shani and broke his leg, thereby making him lame and slow. Although there are few more stories about his deformity, it is unclear as how it really happened. But he is considered as Manda, who is slow. Hence, he takes long time to move from one house to another house in the constellation. Story about Shanishwara's harmful vision. When Sanishchara came to the age of marriage, Gandharva king Chitragan's daughter Dhamini wants to marry him. After the marriage, Dhamini wants to have a son. But as an ardent Shiva devotee, Shani spends most of his time in prayers and giving justice to the people. One day, Dhamini called upon Shani during his intense prayer, but he unknowingly neglected her. So the bitter and angry Dhamini cursed Shani that as he didn't look at her with love and affection, hereafter he cannot look into anyone without making them miserable. Since then, even the gods have no power in front of Shani's powerful vision. Hence, it is considered inauspicious to worship Shani standing indirectly face to him. Types of Shani. Although there are SadeShani, Ashtamasani, Sani Dosha and Sani Mangala Dosha, SadeShani is considered very powerful as it occupies for 7.5 years. Shani is so powerful that even Lord Shiva accepted this SadeShani and went into isolation. Hence, no god or human is immune from this god of justice, Shanishwara, except for 2 deities, Ganesha and Hanuman. Lord Ganesha and Shani. Once Sanishwara came to capture Lord Ganesha as SadeShani, but unlike in Prithviloka, in Kailash where Lord Ganesha resides, it is 7.5 days instead of 7.5 years. So when Shani was about to capture Ganesha, he immediately stopped Shani and asked to come back the next day, as Shani will only capture during Ashwini Nakshatra, which is Aries. This was because Chandradeva humiliated Lord Ganesha, hence he was cursed to become darkened. As Ashwini Nakshatra, along with the other 26 Nakshatras, are the wives of Chandradeva, they all became powerless due to the curse for their husband Chandradeva. This absence of Chandradeva also means the absence of 27 Nakshatras. So Sanishwara could not capture Ganesha on the first day. When he came the second day, Lord Ganesha again repeated the same story and asked to come the next day. But Sanishwara was very persistent in capturing Ganesha. So he tricked Sanishwara by asking him to write on his back that I will come tomorrow. So, believing the first and foremost god Ganesha, Shanishwara wrote on his back and left. But when Sanishwara came the third day, Lord Ganesha turned and showed him the writing. So he left the third day without capturing. This was repeating for 7 days, and on the mid of 8th day, which is 7.5 days as SadeShani, the time period has ended. So Sanishwara left without capturing Ganesha forever. Lord Hanuman and Shani. Once Shanishwara went to capture Lord Hanuman on the banks of Sarayu, where he was meditating. Hanuman welcomed Shani as he rescued and saved him from the Lanka king Ravana. But Sanishwara told him that he came to capture as SadeShani for 7.5 years. So Lord Hanuman asked Shani as where he will capture first. For which Shani replied, first 2.5 years on the head, second 2.5 years on the stomach, and last 2.5 years on the legs. So Hanuman accepted this and allowed him to capture his head. But when Shani came and sat on Hanuman's head as a Bajrangabali, Hanuman started stacking hard rocks on his head. Although Shani tried to manage the weight, Hanuman didn't stop and continued stacking heavy rocks on his head. This ultimately burdened Sanishwara, where he was unable to tolerate the heaviness. So Sanishwara begged Hanuman to stop this and remove the rocks. When Hanuman removed it, Sanishwara left immediately without ever coming back again. So apart from Ganesha and Hanuman, there are no one on earth and heaven are immune to Shani's capture. Hence, devotees worship Shani during their hard times by placing sesame seeds, sesame oil, and sweets made with sesame. As Shani is very fond of sesame grain, they offer dark blue or black colored clothes and also offers food to the crows. And some devotees also helps the poor and physically challenged people. Although most of the Hindu temples have Navagraha where Sanishwara is present, there are two powerful temples completely dedicated to Sanishwara. Shani Shignapur. Shani Shignapur in the northern part of India is the most alive temple called as Jaguru Devasthan, believing that Shanishwara resides in his truest form in the dark black stone, which is 5.5 feet tall, installed on an open air platform. The villagers of Shani Shignapur worship Shani by doing daily rituals, where these people believe that Shani protects the entire village. So, with that thought, the villagers built houses without any doors for the entrance, where there are no burglary or riots happened so far. Amavasya, which is new moon on Saturdays, and Shani Jayanti are the two most major celebrations in Shani Shignapur, where there will be more than 3 lakh devotees joining the celebrations. Tirunallaru Temple in South. In the southern part of India, devotees come to Tirunallaru, where they will dip in the special and sacred temple tank called as Nalatirtham and worship Shanishwara along with Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati. This Nala, husband of Damayanti, got affected severely by Shani dosha, where he came to this place and stayed inside the temple and worshipped Lord Shiva in the name of Dharbaraneshwara. Merciful Lord Shiva removed his dosha. Nala then asked Lord Shiva to protect his devotees affected with Shani dosha when they visit this Tirunallaru temple. Since then, thousands of devotees visit daily and worship Lord Shiva, Ma Parvati and Shani and also take bath in the Nalatirtham. Mantra for Sanishwara. Aum Kagat Vajai Vitmahe Katka Hastaya Dimihi Dhanno Manta Prajodayat. Meaning, prayers to the god who has crow as a vehicle, sword in his hand, and bless me with higher intellect and illuminate my mind.